run on faith that we are here. It's a beautiful Tuesday here, a little bit chilly, but it's nice. Yesterday, I actually got to play in the sun a little bit. That was awesome. My cat even hung out with me, which, if you knew anything about my cat, you'd be surprised. So I'm just looking to see how we're doing, if we're here, if we're not. If not, well, it could very well be that once again, I'll be talking to myself and practicing. But no, I see that I'm here, so that's good. I've actually even made it a minute early because last time I was fashionably late. So welcome to Tuesday's Tea Talk. I'm Danny Cade, by the way, in case I, never stopped to mention that. I actually created this page, as you may have seen, 12 years ago. It actually has some history. It was first called Boss Free 123. And then we changed it to Danny's Dovetail for a few years. And now, just because of how things have evolved, we just call it Danny Cade Wellness because it just covers a lot of different things, as you probably know. Anyway, today I want to talk about something I cracked a joke about earlier. I'm glad you guys liked it too. But the fact about aging, we don't actually age, we just, outlast our warranty. Well, there's actually some truth to that for some people, and I want to talk about that today. We think of aging, and the first thing that comes to my mind, maybe I'm a little, well, no, I know I'm a little warped. Anyway, what comes to my mind, I think of aging is the sweet old, ladies and the men, the queens and the kings of the silver thread wrinkle ranches, dusty elbows and all. And hey, I think it's a beautiful thing. It's a part of life. I mean, the minute we're born, guess what? We start aging. It's just part of the life process, the cycle, but there's different ways to age, is what I'm just recently finding out. So when we think of aging, like I said, this is kind of what comes to our mind, but we just think of, people getting older over time. And, we think of it as a passive physical decline, both, in the body and the mental abilities where, we just simply wore out over time. That's just what happens as you get old, right? It's an acceptable theory. But nowadays, we think of aging more as a complex biological process. I'm going to try and stay away from big words this time, influenced by, a number of different things like genes and lifestyle, and of course, our environment as well. Is recognized as involving many changes at the cellular and the molecular levels. And it's not just simply wearing out of the body. So we now know that aging can be influenced and maybe even slowed down through healthy habits and lifestyle changes. So to break it down in easier terms, there's actually two types of aging that we know of. There's the chronological aging, where how many years have you been on this planet? For example, you ask somebody, your neighbor, oh, by the way, how old are you? And they say, oh, I'm 46. Okay, we know that they've been on this earth for 46 years, right? But there's also the biological aging, which is where we actually see how well your body is functioning to what's typical for your chronological age. So it's about how your body cells, tissues, and organs are doing, when it comes to wear and tear. Are they wear and tearing gracefully, or is it a train wreck, right? How do we repair ourselves and our general overall health? So biological aging, that can make somebody seem older or younger than what their chronological years really are. And I'm going to pick on Asia because I had the joys of being in China for a couple of months. And one of the things that just blew my mind is, I'd find out that one of the young ladies or men were 44 or 45 years old. And in my head, I'm thinking, no, you're not. I'd be hard pressed to believe you're 20. And if you've been there, you know what I mean. They look fantastically young. It's gorgeous. They're wonderful people. Anyway, that was a good experience for me, as you can tell. I'm sharing a little more than I probably should. But anyway, moving on to the whole point here. We go into other places like North America, where you can see somebody who's maybe 40, 45, like I just said, but they actually look more like they're 55 or 60. And what we're learning from this is it comes down to blue zones. And there's a word you can Google. You can Google blue zones. And what we're finding is that the people who live in these blue zones, they tend to live longer, healthier lives. And so scientists are studying those areas because we want to know why. And they're finding that people in the blue zones, like I said, they live longer. And in understanding their habits, and of course, what they do with their lifestyle, we can actually learn how to improve our own health and maybe even slow down the aging for everyone just by changing some habits. So, what we're going to do in 3 weeks from now, roughly, on Wednesday, March 20th, I wrote it down this time so I don't mess it up, uh, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to be having a really good webinar starring Dr. John Westerdahl. And he's going to be discussing the blue zone and a little bit about the anti-aging process and what we can do to slow the whole process down. So I'm going to put the registration page in link below or above, or maybe both. And in there, you can check out his credentials and, see if this is something that, you want to be learning a little bit more about. I'm going to suspect yes, because, spring is around the corner and we all want to look younger as we tend to go into our summer outfits. So let's have a look at how to do that. So other good news for you. I was doing a Wednesday wellness show a few months back. I took a couple runs at it and it went well. And then all of a sudden we ran into technical difficulties and I wasn't able to get the help I needed on that. But fortunately, a hero came along and now I'm able to roll forward with it, which I'm very excited because I'm going to be bringing the Wednesday wellness show back. And I'm going to be planning to do that live at 1 o'clock. So it'll be the 1 o'clock Danny Cade Wellness Show. Let's call it that. How's that sound? And you might find that's going to be interesting because I'm going to be covering more on this subject. Today is just kind of a little bit of a teaser on it. And I'll have a PowerPoint that you can go through with me. And of course, if you don't catch me live, well, you can always catch it later on. So if you do miss the Tea Talk shows and you want to catch up on them or the upcoming Wednesday wellness shows, I also have a YouTube channel, same as if you're on Facebook. The Danny Cade Wellness page is just Danny Cade Wellness. Same with YouTube. You can find me, Danny Cade Wellness, and I've archived my Tea Talks in there, and I'll be doing the same with the Wednesday Wellness Show. So I'm excited about that. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on that. And in the meantime, you guys have a wonderful day, and we will catch you then. Take care, everyone. Now I'm going to do that famous thing once again of trying to figure out how to get out here. All right. Take care. Bye for now.